There is a single image in Zhuangzi that once you have heard it, you carry with you for the rest of your life. He says that the perfect person uses the heart-mind like a mirror. A mirror does not run out to greet what stands before it, and it does not chase after what walks away. It simply receives. When a face appears, the face is there perfectly, completely. When the face leaves, the mirror keeps nothing. No smudge, no shadow, no longing for the face that has gone. And because it holds on to nothing, it is always ready, always clear, always new for whatever comes next. Sit with that for a moment, because it is one of the most practical things any sage has ever said. Zhuangzi is not telling you to feel nothing. He is telling you to feel everything fully and then to let it pass. The mirror is not cold. It is the most responsive thing in the room. It answers instantly to a candle, to a sunrise, to a frightened face, to a laughing child. What it does not do is grab. It does not say, "That last face was better, bring it back." It does not say, "I refuse to show this ugly thing." It just reflects what is actually here, and then releases it without a fight. Now think about how most of us live, which is almost the exact opposite of a mirror. We meet something pleasant and we clutch at it. We replay the good evening for a week, trying to squeeze more out of a thing that is already over. We meet something painful and we will not let it go either. We carry the insult around for months, polishing it, rehearsing what we should have said. Our inner surface is so crowded with old images, with grudges and cravings and the dust of yesterday, that nothing new can land cleanly on it. We greet this morning through the fog of 100 mornings we never finished living. Zhuangzi tells a small story that shines a light on this. A man saw his own shadow and was terrified of it. He saw his own footprints and hated them. So he decided to run away from them. But the faster he ran, the more footprints he made, and no matter how fast he went, the shadow stayed right beside him. He thought he was not running fast enough, so he ran harder and harder until at last he dropped down dead. And Zhuangzi says, all he had to do was step into the shade, and the shadow would have vanished. All he had to do was sit still, and the footprints would have stopped. The man exhausted himself fighting things that only existed because he kept moving against them. That is what a grasping mind does. It runs from its own shadow. It manufactures the very trouble it is trying to escape because it cannot stay still and simply reflect what is. The mirror mind, by contrast, sits in the shade. It lets the shadow be a shadow and feels no need to fight it. So how do you cultivate this? Zhuangzi would never hand you a tidy list, but his whole teaching points one way. You practice receiving without storing. When a strong feeling arrives, you let it arrive completely. You let it show its full face in the mirror. And then, instead of carrying it into the next hour, you let the next moment wipe the glass clean. You stop dividing every experience into things to hoard and things to refuse. You trust that the surface of your own awareness, left undisturbed, is naturally clear, the way still water settles by itself if you only stop stirring it. The work is not to add polish. The work is to stop adding dust. And notice the freedom in this. The mirror is never afraid of what will appear because it has no investment in any particular image. It cannot be insulted because it does not keep score. It cannot be disappointed because it expects nothing in advance. It meets a king and a beggar with the same untroubled clarity, gives each its true reflection, and lets each one go. That is not indifference. It is the deepest kind of attention, the kind that can be fully present precisely because it is not clinging. Here is the thread that runs through all of it. Suffering, for Zhuangzi, is rarely about what is happening right now. It is about our grip, our refusal to let the present be only the present. The mirror teaches that clarity and peace are not things we have to build, brick by brick, through effort and willpower. They are what naturally remains when we stop holding on. Empty the heart of its hoarded images, and what is left is not emptiness in the bleak sense, but a bright, welcoming readiness, a self that is endlessly available to life because it carries so little of the past. To live like a mirror is to be unburdened and awake at the same time. In the next chapter, we will take this clarity and turn it toward the great work of Zhuangzi's whole philosophy, the dissolving of opposites. We will see how the mind that grasps is also the mind that splits the world endlessly into pairs, good and bad, mine and yours, success and failure, and how learning to stop that constant splitting is another way of polishing the mirror until it reflects the world whole.